And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So we are back now with uploads going forward. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Mine was very good on Christmas Day, but I am currently very ill since yesterday. So I've been in bed the last 2 days. But hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow. But I do want to get this video out there because of course we played yesterday against Dundee, and I want to talk about a couple of key points from that match. In particular, the player that has been called unbelievable by fans and pundits after his brilliant performance yesterday. So there's a lot to go through with regards to that, but I do want to start today's video with talking about the Rangers match that was meant to take place this evening in about an hour's time, I believe. Which has now been postponed due to weather conditions. In Ross County, the team were unable to make their way down to Glasgow for that match, which of course I'm sure is a bit disappointing for Celtic, really, because that gives Rangers more time to rest and recover for the Old Firm game this week. So it is a bit of a blow for us. This is why I mention it, of course, because now they've got a lot of time to rest and recover till they play us this week. So a bit frustrating there. In normal circumstances, you could see it as a positive for Celtic because Rangers would be playing once a week. They'd miss a weekend because it had been postponed, and therefore they get 2 weeks of rest, which means they'll be less sharp for the game. But the fact that games have become pretty quick and fast in recent weeks, it's a perfect time for them to get some rest and be at their full fitness, ready for the game against us this week. So disappointing, but of course it's not their fault, it's not our fault, it's not Ross County's fault, it's just the way it is, unfortunately. But yeah, a little bit annoying with regards to that. So of course it will be played in the future at some point, but it does impact this game this week to some extent, really. But yeah, I'll quickly mention a couple of players from yesterday's match as we won 3-0, of course, against Dundee. A very, very good overall performance, very happy, and it was cool to see Mikey Johnston get 2 goals. Very happy for him, obviously a Celtic fan since his childhood, and I'm sure he's buzzing about his 2 goals. I mentioned recently that I didn't think he was up to Celtic standards. I think a lot of people were kind of on the same boat when it came to Mikey Johnston, and I know that they were speaking about his future a few months ago around the club, that he'd have to kind of make his way into the team before January to kind of keep his place safe at Celtic. Not saying that 2 goals in a game means he's Celtic quality, but it's definitely a good starting point for him and a good stepping stone for him to maybe keep progressing forward and having good performances for Celtic going forward. And of course, that probably puts his name into the team sheet against Rangers possibly as well. So we'll see how he gets on between now and the end of the season. I do think he'll probably stay beyond January. Of course, with the injury situation as well, he's a key player to have for us right now, good squad player to have. But hopefully he kicks on from that good performance yesterday. And yeah, hopefully he gets better and better with every game that comes. But the player that I did want to talk about, the one that's in the title that's been described as unbelievable by fans and pundits, is Paulo Bernardo. Of course, he's currently on loan from Benfica. And so far this season, his contributions to Celtic have been pretty limited, especially in the league as well. And he hadn't really made a significant impact on the team, leading to some kind of discontent among supporters about whether or not they want him to sign beyond this loan deal. However, yesterday his shown against Dundee has kind of sparked some excitement and optimism about his long-term potential and whether or not we should sign him beyond this season. Of course, it's worth mentioning that he's only 21 years old, and yesterday he demonstrated some marked improvements in his game. I thought it was brilliant overall. Of course, he did score his goal as well, his first goal for Celtic in the league, and that was obviously brilliant to see, but he also played a full 90 minutes of football as well, which is awesome for him as well, for his fitness and his growth as a player. And he had a brilliant overall game. I'll read out some stats from the match. He only misplaced 3 passes throughout the match and was diligent in his defensive duties, making 7 recoveries. Whilst he did commit a few fouls, his overall contribution was positive and indicated his growing comfort and effectiveness in the team. What I noticed about his performance yesterday as well was his willingness to push forward and get into the box from midfield role, which was very interesting to see. Of course, got his goal. And for a young player, there's some really promising signs there for him in his future. And with regards to his long-term future, of course, he is on loan from Benfica. But there is talks about how much it would cost for him to for Celtic to sign him long-term as their player. and there's no set fee, but they reckon it's similar to that of what we paid for Jota when he signed for Benfica a few years ago. But it is worth noting as well, Paulo Bernardo's release clause in his current Benfica contract is £90 million. Of course, Celtic won't be paying that, but it's worth noting that they obviously did see him having such high potential at some point in his early stages of his career when he signed his contract. Of course, it's only one game. I don't want to say he's the second coming of like Andrea Pirlo or something like that, but he's a brilliant little player. And I think if he continues to push forward and have good games like that, he definitely would be worth kind of considering to sign long term and get him as a permanent player for us for the future. 21 years old, bags of potential with him as well. So hopefully he can kind of push on, be consistent going forward, and really build off this performance that they had yesterday. So let me know what you made of his performance yesterday. Let me know what you made of the team's performance, Mikey Johnston, etc. And what are your thoughts on the Rangers game being postponed as well? Do you think it will affect the outcome of the Old Firm this week, or do you think I'm just kind of being a bit stupid with that statement that they get more rest time and stuff like that? Let us know what you make of that down in the comment section below. Apologies for the kind of late upload with regards to talking about the game. I am very, very sick right now. My throat is clogged up, my lungs are clogged up, but hopefully tomorrow I feel a lot better, and from now on we can kind of push forward into the new year with consistent uploads on the channel and stuff like that. But drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.